Greetings, my name's Dwayne, and I just wanted to show you another one of my coat patterns, and this is actually for a female gnome, which most people that know me, I don't do many of the female gnomes whatsoever. There's so many good crafters out there doing female gnomes that are just beautiful. Their style is just so great and everything, so I'm better off with the guy gnomes. I'm an old guy myself. I stick with the simple things. Most people will tell you I've used the same scissors for years that the crafters tell me not to use. I use a Surebonder gun that I've had for years. Same thing. So I stick with the same things that I do, but occasionally I will come up with a female gnome to do for a character or for someone special. And so I've come up with a coat too that I like, that I've just a simple pattern that I thought would be fun to share and just to show how to do it real quickly. And I'm using, this is the 6-inch craft cones. People are asking me, they want to stick with the same size, regular size gnome, rather than going with the larger ones, which I've designed the other coats for. So this is the 6-inch craft foam. This happens to be just a 2-pack that I picked up at Hobby Lobby the other day, but you can get them individually. I've gotten this one at the Dollar Tree. I can also get them Joann's, Michael's, any place. They're just the regular 6-inch cone there. So I'm using that for my base. Also, you can get them in the green, the garden ones, the floral. So I've just covered one of them, and I do have a pattern there just to simply cover on that, but I won't be showing that here. I just want to show you quickly how I do the coat. As I said, I'm sort of set in my ways mostly here, and I try to get everything I can out of one piece of felt. So this is my 9x12 piece of felt, and you don't have to use just felt. Again, you can use other fabrics with this. This looks great with the wools, the fleece, other type of fabrics too. But I'm showing it with the 9x12 pieces of felt. And with this, I'm folding it over. I'm going to get my whole pattern, my arms and my body, the coat body there, on one piece. So I'm just going to lay it out here. What I want to do is have 2 inches left on the fold here. By having the 2 inches left, that'll give me enough room to do both my arms on the same piece of felt. Now you don't have to. I'm just, again, like I said, set in my ways, maybe cheap or something. But I try to be frugal and not have leftover pieces as much as possible. So I'm laying my pattern down on the fold, and I'm just going to trace around it. Again, showing that I've already got it traced out. Simple as that. And then cutting out my pattern. Saving a few minutes here, just showing you how to do that. And as I said, once I've cut it out, I'll take my arm pieces, draw them out, and cut them out to the same piece of felt there. So I can do it all on one piece of felt. Now, it's a simple coat and just a fun type thing to make. And people are asking me, sending me messages, they were looking for something longer because they were adding shoes onto the bottom there. So I tried to make it just a little bit longer there, hanging over. And you could bring it down a little. Other of my coats, what I do is I put the seam in the back. With the gnomes, that I'm going to be putting beards on the front, I usually put the seam in the front so the beard covers. But with the coats, I put the seam in the back. And I come down about 1 inch on my back there, and I wrap it around. Now this piece here, what I'm using that as is a shawl. Again, I don't know the women's fashions. I don't know what the terms are, but I'm using that to wrap around. I fold it over, giving it this nice look on the back, wrapping this around. My problem is with doing the girl gnomes too. I don't know all how to decorate the front. We put the nose up here, and then there's got to be something to cover the front where the beard usually covers for the guy gnomes. So here, what I'm doing is I'm wrapping this around the shawl, and I'm able to put a button or put a little something that looks like a little brooch pin. I glue that together, and you have your nose that's going to go above that. I use the wood balls. I get these from Hobby Lobby. They're 1-inch balls. You can also order online. And I'm going to put a ball right there above that. And then, of course, have the hair coming down to the sides here. Now, that's something I'll have to experiment and play with. Again, I'm not the greatest doing female gnomes, but that was designed, this coat, so I could have something, more of a wraparound coat with something with the shawl up top. Comes together. Now, also with this, I'm going to show you too the arms, because that's a little something different too. With our normal gnomes, we're putting the arms up underneath the hat. So typically you're going to glue them down on here. What I've done is I've cut out my arms. I've already sewed them together. You can also just hot glue them. Take my gnome the arm pattern, cut it out. I could just run hot glue right down the side, fold it over, then turn it inside out, and that's what I just did here. And then I put stuffing inside there. Now, with that, when I'm closing off the top of it there, I just put a little dab of glue in the inside. Stick it down. So instead of having on the outside, got some glue there. On the outside there, where the hat comes down, I'm able to put this underneath, giving that just a nice finished look there. Just another cute idea, because a lot of times what we're doing is we're putting these arms way up here where these hats come. This gives me, so I can bring my arm down farther, it gives it more of a natural look to it there. And of course, I'm going to put my 3/4 inch ball right in there for a hand. And I think I put them away after my last video here, but that's what I do. I use a 3/4 inch ball for my hand, but I'm able to put that underneath, tuck that underneath there, and then glue that together for a nice little coat and shawl there. The other thing that I found with this coat, and going into right now we're in October and it's a cooler here in Michigan, I can use this if I want to make like a cool vampire gnome. Like I said, I like to have play around, experiment, use different things with my coats and everything, and with all my other products, try to come up with different ways of using it. But here it gives me just a little more of a vampire look to the back of my coat. If I want to do that, put a hat on here and make more of a Halloween gnome there. So again, this is just my ideas coming up with the patterns that I have available right now, coming up with ideas there. If you have any others, please let me know. I get a lot of questions all the time, how to make things, how to put them together, but I love to see what you guys do. I love to see how you do that, how you decorate. This would be a great thing if you want to put more lace onto it here. And I'm going to be coming out with some to show just how I do it and everything. And fur. If you want to put like a fur-lined yarn across here. Hobby Lobby has some great furs that I've picked up. It's a yarn that just go across there. But you can also do lace on there too, just to give it more of a feminine look. So that's how I use my female coat pattern. I hope that gives you some ideas, and I hope that's something that you can play with. And hopefully over the holidays, I'm looking more like maybe a Christmas caroler type gnome with that too. So good luck, and I love to see what you're doing. Thank you.